Welcome to Daily Armor. Today's verse comes out of Psalms chapter 26. And we'll be looking at verse number 7. Verse number 7. Just still thinking about prayer. The pastor's message last night was a call for contentment. And I thought, well, how, do I have any problems with contentment? If I do, what do I do about them? And I just kept thinking the thought about being thankful. And when you're thankful for what you have, you seem to be content with what you have. And so let's look at Psalms 26 and verse number 7. It says, "That I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving and tell of all thy wondrous works." Tell of all thy wondrous works. The Lord has been so good. Even when we go through tragedy and turmoil and pain and anguish, there's still something good in the midst of it. There's still, we know that He's helping us. We know that He's interceding for us. We know that He's guiding and directing. And I think about all the wonderful things that He's done in my life and that He does for me. Think about probably so many times that He's done something for me that I didn't even realize that He did. If you think about maybe that there's been some close calls for you, maybe in traffic or out somewhere, and you think that, oh, that could have been bad, and it wasn't. And maybe even going down the road traveling, and you don't even realize that you could have been a part of something. Maybe you've ever lost your keys, and then only to find them right where you thought they were. And it seemed like you should have been out the door 5 minutes before that. But what if it was just all part of God's timing for you and where He wanted you to be, where He wanted me to be? So I think about those things, and that He's in control of my comings and my goings, and I'm so thankful that He is. So I just want us to have, I think I'm going to spend a few days thinking about prayer and thinking about the different kinds of prayer. And I definitely think that a good way to start is prayers of thanksgiving. So when I think about the things that I'm thankful for, and then I'm going to pray and just shout it out to the Lord that, Lord, I'm so thankful for, first of all, that you saved me, that I know my name's written in that Lamb's Book of Life. There was so many times over the years that I was at our home church that Preacher Lockie would ask the question, is your name written in the Lamb's Book of Life? He would ask that so many times, and I would be nervous at him asking that question, because I would always, reply to myself. It's not something you shout out loud in church service, but you always answer that question. And I would say things to myself like, well, I think I'm there. I think my name is there. I hope my name is there, but I'm not real sure. Sure, hopefully, surely to goodness that my name is there. And I just simply always had a little bit of a question about whether it was there or not. And I remember that I got saved on a Monday night, and then that's probably the first time I ever heard Preacher Lockie say after that, is your name written in the Lamb's Book of Life. I was, again, so thankful that, Preacher, I can say 100%, 150% know that my name is there, and not because of anything that I've done, not because I was a church member, not because I had been baptized, not because of anything, but that Jesus' blood covered and paid the debt for my sin, and He's already paid the debt for your sin, but I accepted that as my payment. I couldn't pay for my sin. Death is required for sin, and Jesus paid it all. He paid it all for everyone, and I'm so thankful that I know my name is there, and I know my name is there because He saved me, and the blood's been applied. And when you look at my account, it says paid in full by Jesus Christ. I didn't pay it. Nothing I have done before, during, or after has ever done anything to pay for one single sin, but His blood took care of everything. And I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful for my husband, for my church, for my family, for my children, my grandchildren. He's been so good to me. And so when you're praying, think about being thankful. I think about that You may know this, it's in our hymn book, is count your blessings, and it's count your many blessings, name them one by one. If you are really in a state of dire depression, all you can see is all the bad stuff. Start writing down your blessings. Start writing down those things that you're thankful for, and you'll find you can be way more thankful than you have to be upset about. Not that you don't have the right to be upset, because some of that is part of our emotions, and we have to go through the grief process. We have to go through those things. But when we feel like it's fixing to overtake us, count your blessings. Even in the midst of tragedy, you will find that the Lord is helping you, that He has a word, a personal word for you in the midst of your in the midst of your despair, in the midst of your tragedy. He's got a word for you, a song that you feel like He sent your way, a verse that you feel like that He highlighted it, brought it to your attention just for you. And so when you're praying, I want you just to think about those things that you're thankful for. And remember Psalms 26 and verse number 7, where it says that I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving, and tell all thy wondrous works, all that He's done. Thank you for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you again soon.